The TVWAN News is proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.
Hello and welcome. This is TVWAN News. In this edition, Pogera operations suspended. Community celebrates National Day. And boys ready to impress. The reopened Pogera mine in Enga province has run out of fuel to sustain its operations, thus shutting down indefinitely until further notice. An internal memo to staff from the General Manager of New Pogera Limited, James McTiernan, was leaked and is doing its round on social media. McTiernan, in his memo, stated that the ongoing disruptions to fuel transfer operations at Mulitaka and roadblocks along the Highlands Highway have led to a shortage of fuel to sustain operations at the mine.
Since the reopening of the mine in December 2023, it was not a walk in the park for New Pogera Limited. They had to cope with a lot of setbacks, starting with the landslide at Mulitaka in May, which affected their fuel supply, to the escalation of law and order problems in September, which led to a temporary suspension of the operations, and now a shortage in fuel to sustain their operations. Videos and photos shared on Facebook in the last couple of days shows locals demolishing a bridge that leads to Pogera, fuel tankers bound for Pogera being blocked off at Mulitaka, and trucks being banned. It is believed that these are the causes of fuel not being able to reach the mine, leading to the New Pogera management announcing a suspension of its operations. While New Pogera Limited is yet to release an official statement, a screenshot of the internal memo has been confirmed to be valid, where the General Manager, James McTiernan, announces the suspension. McTiernan in the memo said, the mine's diesel inventory has become insufficient to sustain operations. As a result, they began shutting down the remaining mining equipment on the evening of October 11th. It is believed that employees are still on the ground, as the memo calls for employees to continue reporting to work as scheduled. The memo further informed employees that authorities are working to restore access to Pogera. TVWAN News reached out to the Assistant Police Commissioner for Western End, Joseph Tondop, but is yet to receive a response. Meantime, 4 of the 6 parties to the Pogera Mining Project Community Development Agreement initialed the draft of the CDA on Wednesday, 9th October, after 6 months of negotiations. Ruth Rongola, TVWAN News.
Fijians worldwide celebrated the National Day on Thursday, marking 54 years since the island nation gained independence from Great Britain on 10th of October 1970. In Port Moresby, the Fijian diaspora on Thursday, led by officials of the Fijian High Commission, delivered donations of 100 care packages and various medical items through the Port Moresby General Hospital's maternity ward. Today, they celebrated at the Ella Murray International School their culture, heritage and togetherness through a fun day with family and friends.
Fetal monitors, thermometers and pressure monitors are among medical equipment donated to the maternity ward of the Port Moresby General Hospital by the Fijian diaspora community in Papua New Guinea on Thursday, 10th October, as part of the Fijian National Day celebrations. In addition, 100 care packages were prepared for the mothers and newborns who were admitted at the hospital this week. First Secretary of the Fiji High Commission in Papua New Guinea, Madam Rosa Dalitukama, expressed gratitude that members of the Fijian diaspora community willingly donated the items. Today, the Fijian diaspora community, through a fun day with family and friends, celebrated their National Day. The program commenced with a minute of silence for the late High Commissioner Mosese Tikoitoga and other members of the Fijian community. In delivering the main address of the day's events, Madam First Secretary Rosa read a letter addressed from the Prime Minister of Fiji, Sitiveni Rabuka, to Prime Minister James Marape.
Written to Prime Minister Marape and the government of Papua New Guinea by our Honorable Prime Minister for its 49th anniversary of independence, in which he says that Fiji and Papua New Guinea share a relationship that has stood the test of time and continues to be celebrated. Papua New Guinea is one of the world's most diverse nations in heritage, culture, and language, and we celebrate that strength. Papua New Guinea turned 49, Fiji turned 54, but it is in that we celebrate together our strength, our resilience, and our determination in ensuring the progress of Papua New Guinea and Fiji, and of course the prosperity of our people.
Following Madam Rosa's remarks was a ceremonial cake cutting and performances of traditional items from the Motu Koita group and a contemporary from the Fiji Vasu group. The day continued on with fun and activities. Maricela Kelaton, TVWAN News.
TVWAN News continues when we return. Stay with us.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSP Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase easy pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSP branch today to register now for BSP Mobile Banking. BSP Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSP, our bank, our people.
Hey, Tuli.
Hi, Tuli. Tuli. What's up? Have you guys seen it? Bro, it's awesome, man. Really? Is it here? Wow.
He says the best Hunters players come from his region. So does she. But there's one thing that brings everyone together. SP Lager. Bunyamyumi.
Quick favorite meal for the day does feel good. Snacks noodles is my choice for a simple meal. It is easy to prepare and fast to cook. And with a touch of flavor and ingredients, quality noodles that can be cooked and enjoyed in many different ways. You see, my whole family loves it. It's made here in PNG and comes in different pack sizes. Snacks noodles, tastier but you like it more.
Superstition ain't the way.
Welcome back. A local mother, Regina Bafo, expressed her heartfelt gratitude at the opening of BSP's Dobel branch on Friday, saying the new facility will make banking more accessible for families in the area, saving them time and money to travel to town.
Mama place here. Mr. Guanta lo dikla town lo bengi money lo mi Mr. Fred. Now Mr. Loyen so making me easy na Mr. Kam bengi money lo mi. Hurry up. So inside line 2 also making me fast through. I'm also na Mr. Gat dikla master dikla there.
The BSP Financial Group's Cash Agent Commissioning Initiative is designed to expand banking services to remote and undeserved areas by partnering with local businesses and individuals who became cash agents. These agents provide vital banking services such as deposits, withdrawals and balance inquiries, helping to reduce long queues at branches and improving access to banking for communities far from traditional bankings. The Kagamuga Urban Health Clinic has received a much-needed boost with the installation of a 30,000 kina solar power kit, thanks to the community initiative sponsored by BSP's Double Brands. This marks the brand's first community project, reinforcing the bank's commitment to giving back to communities it serves. This is TVWAN News. Sport is next. Stay tuned.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSP Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase Easy Pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSP branch today to register now for BSP Mobile Banking. BSP Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSP, our bank, our people.
A true champion is measured by their courage, their determination, and their passion to never give up and to always keep trying. With a delicious Milo in milk taste and added nutrients, Milo in milk is a great way to fuel our little champions with nourishing energy every day. Because true champions give it their all.
Milo, P&G and Mia. Prime P&G made.
Enjoy life when we work together, making happy memories that last forever. Harem talk young or roll the scale rice family meal with talk. Don't bring out the smiles cause it's a favorite by miles. Seni sigola scale rice low scale price. Seni sigola scale rice low scale price. But you like him?
In its first 10 years, the PNG LNG project has had a long-lasting impact, contributing more than 26 billion kina to the state of Papua New Guinea. Equity distributions are paid to KPHL and MRDC based on the interest they hold. Tax is paid to the IRC, while development levy and royalties are paid to DPE. For more information on direct and indirect benefits, visit PNG EITI's website.
These two are creeping into your personal space. Why don't we send them packing? Oh, maybe not.
Bing bang bing. Bum bum.
In sports, drawing on the memories of his past PNG experiences, former Australian representative player, now coach of Australian Prime Minister's 13 men's team, Brad Fittler, has warned his players to be wary of PNG's unorthodox brand of rugby league when the two countries face off in tomorrow's annual clash at the Santos National Football Stadium.
The Australian teams comprising the schoolboys and schoolgirls accompanying the senior men and women's teams arrived in the country yesterday before the official welcome reception at the Australian High Commission. Australian senior men's team coach Brad Fittler said it's a first time for majority of this year's squad blended with youth and experience. Speaking at the team's welcome reception, the former Australian representative player was quite surprised that majority of the current Australian elite team have never been to PNG, in particular his captain Damien Cook, now 33 years of age.
I didn't realise a lot of our players hadn't been here. Like Damien Cook, he's played for Australia, New South Wales, been in grand finals. He's done so much, and he's never been here. So to be able to ring him and say, mate, can you be captain, was a wonderful thrill, and his reaction was just as kind, and how excited he was to play. So they'll all get a buzz out of this. They will learn a lot about Papua New Guinea, not just from the point of view of, we all hear about how passionate they are, but the biggest thing I love is when they learn how wholehearted they play. And they play very aggressive, they're in your face, they're unpredictable, and they manage to do that for the entire part of the game. So that's the thing I get excited most. It's the footy that excites me.
Freddie has brought a very youthful-looking side with a lot of speed, skill and agility across the park. The plan is to avoid the big contacts and aggression as much as possible in the middle of the ruck, which is where the PNG boys love to play their game.
And when you play Papua New Guinea, you can't avoid the contact and the stuff they love doing, and they do really well. So the one thing I spoke to them about is get your head around that and make sure that that's a really big part of your game, is preparing for the contact, because if you avoid that, we won't get to see any of the pretty stuff. We'll embarrass ourselves. So.
Terry Longwood, TVWAN Sports.
RFL CEO Stanley Hondina was at hand to make his official welcome on behalf of PNG RFL. In his opening remarks, Hondina said, "This is it. This is the reality of rugby league and a unique experience for the first-timers playing in PNG, with the fond memories to take back after Sunday's event." Hondina said rugby league is the main avenue that unites PNG and Australia and will continue to be. He also acknowledged the governments of PNG and Australia partners and support of the annual fixture.
Enjoy your stay here for the short time you are here to have the games, and we look forward to the games. Wishing you all the best with the experiences and encounters that you have in here. So some of them will be memorable ones that we can only ask for you to become an ambassador of us when you go back and talk about the experiences in Papua New Guinea to your family and the loved ones and the country that you come from. So.
Captain of Australia's Prime Minister's 13th side, Damien Cook, admitted his former mentor at the South Sydney Rabbitohs, Jason Demetriou, knows his playing style, and he is expecting some traffic down his side, but is ready for the defensive work. In the press conference held yesterday at the Stanley Hotel in Port Moresby, right after the arrival of Australia Prime Minister's 13th side, the former State of Origin hooker Damien Cook didn't hide what he is expecting from his former mentor. Having played under Jason Demetriou at the Rabbitohs before, Cook said his former mentor knows how he plays and he is expecting a lot of traffic from PNG Prime Minister's 13th forward pack down his side.
He definitely knows a lot of my tricks, that's for sure. Taught me a few good things as well, but good chance he might be testing out my shoulders on the weekend.
While Cook is expecting a lot from PNG's side, one thing he's certain about is the physicality of the game. Cook said strength of Team PNG is with their forward pack. They run hard and set the platform for the team. He's expecting similar intense game on the weekend.
Big, powerful pack. It's one of PNG's strengths. They run hard and they continually fight and compete on every single play, which I love about watching them. That's definitely going to be one of our biggest battles on the weekend, matching their intensity, that's for sure. So I'm sure Jada will be sending a few boys my way.
Cook is among the new faces to have a first taste of how it feels like playing in PNG. The former Blues hooker said he's excited and is looking forward to the game on Sunday. Cook took some tips from his Clubland captain Cameron Murray, who captained last year's Prime Minister Stettin to PNG, where they defeated PNG 30 points to 18.
Yeah, he spoke about some of the experiences and how exciting the trip is, and he was telling me how much I'm going to enjoy it. But also, he was the captain here last year as well, and he's someone he's captain me in South Sydney, so I've learned a lot of him, and hopefully I'm doing as good a job as him, because he's someone who I put up right up the top as one of the great captains.
The Prime Minister's 13th fixture is set for tomorrow at the Santos National Football Stadium in Port Moresby. Both PNG and Australian teams have assembled young and strong sides. The match is expected to be a cracker of a game. The match will be telecast live on TVWAN Sports. The Australian High Commissioner to PNG and passionate rugbyman John Figgs is excited for this Sunday's Prime Minister's 13th clash between Australia and PNG, saying the intensity of rugby league in this country is next level since coming back to PNG. Commissioner Figgs said sports is something that unites country, and rugby league is the heart of the long relationship between PNG and Australia, which makes this annual fixture so significant to both countries. The Commissioner, from what he's witnessed and experienced in how tough rugby league is played in this country, and was kind enough to provide a few tips to the visiting Australian teams on what to expect on Sunday.
All the games on Sunday. Because I think what I've noticed coming back to this country and watching a fair bit of footy is the intensity. It's another level up. Like I watch a lot of footy in Australia, but the intensity here on the paddock and in the crowd, is just huge. And so I tried to warn some of the Australian players about what to expect on Sunday, because it is unique. You don't get that anywhere in the world.
Young Hella Wigman prodigy Murray Connors and Castleford Tigers import in the Super League Sylvester Namo are pumped and ready to hit the ground running tomorrow when they run out to represent their country with pride in the annual Prime Minister's 13th clash against traditional arch rivals Australia at the Santos National Football Stadium. The PNG PM's 13th side this year is dominated by more of PNG hunters merited by their stellar top 5 finish at this year's QRL Host Plus Cup.
Being the only player plucked out of the domestic National Rugby League competition, the Digital ExxonMobil Cup, 24-year-old Central and Eastern Highlands native Murray Connors is still pinching himself after getting a call-up to join the Jason Demetrio coach PNG Prime Minister's 13th squad for tomorrow's clash with Australia. Connors, in only his second season with the Hella Wigmen, has taken his game to another level, experiencing his first grand final with the club this year and now ready to step up on the big stage and represent his country for the first time.
Wigmen last year me game debut with me. Now I'm second year. My team's like collab. I'm in the summer straight to thank you, big man, this achievement. Slato ko me give proud lo this season. I'm not go waste. Give me credit when them collab lo this last. Me the summer masters like.
Former Late Tigers and PNG Hunters product and now Castleford Tigers, Sylvester Namo is equally excited to be back in the country, ready to represent his country, which is always a privilege and honor. Namo is part of the current crop of young Kumuls last represented the country at the 2022 Rugby League World Cup and looking forward to put in a solid performance tomorrow and consolidate his spot in the national team for next week's Pacific Championships against Fiji.
The camp was awesome. Like when I first got there, I was so happy because last time myself because of ACL injury and stuff like this. But yeah, I'm so happy to come back here and like everyone just like bring up the spirit and the camp atmosphere feels awesome. Yeah, so looking forward for tomorrow. Even the young boys we have in the team, but like everyone just like open up and like even if they need something, they ask us and we tell them like what they need, and then yeah, the camp was awesome. Like the young ones step up and yeah. We just feel the bond. And
Namo said he's got another year left with Newcastle Tigers, where he'll be joined by Kumul teammate Dan Russell was the latest signing by the club. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
And that's it for sports. Now the weather forecast. In regional forecast for the next 24 hours, Southern and Highlands regions, scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms with areas of rain drizzles. Omasa region, scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms. And that ends the news tonight. Thanks for your company. Bye now.
The TVWAN News was proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.
Rugby League is a powerful force that unites Papua New Guinea and develops our youth.